So to start out with this video, I would like to say that this video is just going to be a couple of statements that are true about everybody. So, well, I should say these are true for everyone except God. Now, the first one is, you're wrong. I don't care if you are a Christian, I don't care if you are a Muslim, I don't care if you're an atheist, I don't care if you're anything or blah 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 blah. Fact is, you're wrong. That's just it. You are not correct. And the reason that I'm going to say this is, it doesn't matter what part you're wrong on, everybody is wrong about something. Even the Bible acknowledges that no one of us knows everything. No one of us knows the truth in full. We know only in part. We see as through a glass darkly, as it says in the scriptures. So, I don't care who you are. You're wrong. I'm wrong, too. No one of us has all the answers. No one of us has everything correct. It says so right in the scriptures. So, what it comes down to, another thing, everybody must acknowledge that since they are not 100% correct, that means there are holes in their logic somewhere. And, admittedly, there are probably holes in their logic all over the place that they just don't see at the moment. But then we come to another important thing. We must consider what is the one foundational belief that you have. Because too often when people who have long studied on one side or the other they start straight out from the deepest point of the of rhetoric or whatever and blah 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 that they've been talking about, and there's just no swaying them because they're talking from the top of their tower to someone who's talking from the top of their tower, and they're attempting to undermine each other's towers without having any idea, okay, what is this person's fundamental core belief? And in a lot of cases, they ignore what is the fundamental core belief of themselves. And by that I mean, like, what's it called? If you were, like, when I was an atheist, I would be, like, expounding all the ideas that had come into my head, like, that had popped into my head from, like, over the course of 19 years. I would be spouting out, this is the fully formed idea, and I would be totally ignoring all the little things that build up to that. And just, like, that's not a way to win an argument, first off. And second off, the same thing kind of tends to happen for me, especially when even now, when I am trying to speak from the position of Christ. I just speak out fully formed the ideas that I have come to after I have started building upon a new foundational idea. And that's not always going to bear fruit. You can't just throw an entire plant at somebody. You can't just throw an entire plant at something and expect it to take root. You're gonna have to, you take the seeds of that plant and you can plant those. You can scatter those, and then maybe they will find good fruit, maybe they will find good soil, and maybe they will grow. But I mean, if you're just throwing, fully grown plants, you're really not gonna get anywhere. Or at least, I mean, how do I know? You might, by some miracle, actually get through at some point, but let's just say it's not exactly the best way to transplant an idea, is to just throw the fully formed plant at somebody. You gotta start out with the seeds of that idea, and then you gotta start nourishing that idea with them. You need to go over it and over it. And the foundational idea, now what I mean by foundational idea is, when you break it all down, there is one single core belief that every single individual has. I don't know what that single individual core belief is for everybody, but everybody has one. Everybody has one thing that is their most basic assumption about the world. This just Like, I am building my entire understanding of reality on top of this idea. Now, a lot of people might not even think that they have that idea because they're too busy remembering what they've already, like the stuff that they've already built on top of and everything. But we've all got that one idea down at the bottom. And occasionally these ideas change. Occasionally, some event will happen that will so shake your understanding of the world that the whole freaking structure collapses and you have to start with a new foundational idea. And I had my, I had my event like that. I had actually, I had actually two of those events, or multiple, I should say several of those events within remarkably close proximity to each other, which culminated in me um, and me shifting to the gospel, shifting to Christ. And this is, for example, on the subject of foundational beliefs, it is now foundational belief for me that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. He died on the cross for my sins and everyone else's sins. And it is through him that all living people, and also those dead, may have everlasting life. That seems like three, but it's one broad concept. That is the foundation for my understanding of the world now. And every other idea that I have used or had as a foundational idea has been shaken, it has been crumbled, it has shown to have flaws, it has been shown to have so many different little cracks and pinholes and things like that that have left it open to undermining and unto destruction, utter eventual destruction. And in this like manner, there are so many worldviews that, or I should say, so many fundamental foundational ideas that seem strong at the outset, but then later on they show themselves to be hollow and they will crumble. And they're not firmly found, they're not a firm foundation for understanding. So now I am admittedly still somewhat new to Christ, so it cannot yet be said how far this one foundational idea will take me. However, it should be noted that it does seem firm now, and it does seem firmer than the other foundational stones that I have had, and just in general, this also, just my understanding of the world, it seems more clear than at any time in the past. Anyway, I guess the point that I'm getting down to is everyone is going to get some parts of the building of their structure wrong. But there's only one part that you need specifically to get all the way right. And that is the foundational principle, a foundational idea. If the foundation cannot be shaken, then you will be able to build a sturdy structure atop it. But if the foundation is shakeable, if the foundation is unsteady, then it doesn't matter what you build on top of it, because the whole thing will be unsteady. So that is why no man can lay another foundation than this, that Jesus Christ was the Son of God, is the Son of God, died on the cross for the sins of all mankind, that they might be reconciled to God. So I guess, yeah, that is the foundational stone. Now, admittedly, this is a stone that many reject. And, well, it's going to come out that somebody got the right, correct foundational stone. And this stone appears to me to be the most sturdy stone. And I'm going to be sticking with it. Let me know what your foundational belief is, or I should say, what is your foundational stone for understanding the world? And I don't mean like pick whatever frivolous thing pops into your head, like right at the top. I mean, I'd like you to really dig deep. I'd like you to think all the way down, like, if I strip up, like, where did these ideas come from? Just like, backtrace the things that you understand about the world to their root. And what is the root idea that drives you, I guess, that drives your understanding of the world? And then, in the doing so, in looking for it and in finding it, maybe you'll find that it is not as strong as it once appeared, and it's beginning to look a little unsteady. That will be the sign that it is time for a revision. Or you may find that it is still solid and firmly founded. Anyway, I would just love to know what you think. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed day. May God be with you.